Hey, what's up, guys? What's going on? Welcome back to another edition of Lisa Renee TV. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and click the subscribe button before you leave today. And if you like the video, make sure to thumbs up and share on all your social media networks that you happen to be on. Welcome back, guys, and happy Sunday. All right, let's get right into it. Okay, so if you have not yet heard, I know a lot of you all, especially you live in Chicago, because it's happened in Chicago, a lot of you all have heard of this case here. 18-year-old Paul O'Neal, he was an African-American male living on the south side in the South Shore neighborhood of Chicago, was killed by Chicago police officers on July 28th this year. Okay, so I have a few notes here just to kind of catch you up if you have not and never heard the story at all. So more than 40 hours of video captured by police dashboard cam was released to the public via the Independent Police Review Authority, or the IPRA, or OPRA as they call themselves, online case portal around 11 a.m. This information is taken from the the ABC7 News website. Okay, so ABC7.com. So they shot and killed him around July 28th near East 74th Street and South Merrill Avenue. It's on the south side. Okay, in South Shore. While they were trying to stop the car he was driving a black Jaguar. Police said it was reported stolen from southwest suburban Bolingbrook, which is a suburb of Chicago, earlier that day. So video shows an officer getting out of the car, and I saw this video too on the news. Video shows an officer getting out of the car and nearly being clipped by the Jaguar. It was going really fast. It almost hit the officer, which careened off the police SUV as both officers opened fire on the car. They continued to shoot at the car as the Jaguar drove away. Dash cams then show O'Neal running on foot away from them down a gangway between homes after the car crashed. One of the officers shot him in the backyard after telling him to put his hands up. No video of O'Neal actually being shot. So I saw this too, and it's just like, it's quite a sight to see. You know, you're like, oh my God, like, I mean, the fact that actually everything was recorded. And I mean, you're looking at it, it's like watching some kind of crazy horror action movie, you know, because you can't believe this happens, you know, in broad daylight, on the south side of Chicago. I mean, it's just a residential area where people live, and you're like, what? It was just nuts, you know, just watching this happen to a human being, you know, like the police, you know, which there's a law that prohibits them, they're not supposed to shoot at moving vehicles or inside of moving vehicles, and they're shooting, you know, at this guy as he's driving by. He's driving, trying to, you know, escape, and they're like shooting inside of his car. Like, they're literally, I mean, if you watch the video, and I'll link it below too. If you all haven't seen it, you can see the video where they're literally shooting at the car as he's driving away, and it's like, it's really nuts, you know. I'm like, you're a police officer, you should know better, you know. So they're already breaking the law themselves when they're supposed to be enforcing the law. So the next time O'Neal is seen, he's lying face down in a backyard in handcuffs, bleeding from the back. I saw that too. That was very dramatic. Multiple officers asked him, "Why'd you have to shoot at us?" And others more hesitant. They shot at us. They shot at us too, right? I actually heard this officer. That was the officer who called for an ambulance when they saw that he had been injured. They were like, so he's like, they shot at us too, right? Like, he's literally asking the other officers, basically trying to confirm whether or not this was a good shoot. So one officer asked O'Neal, did he have anything on him as he searched his back pockets. O'Neal was unarmed, no one rendering any aid. He was still alive at the scene. He died a few hours later at Northwestern Memorial Hospital. In the last week, 3 officers were stripped of their police powers pending the outcome of an independent investigation. So that was good. That was a relief to hear. Superintendent Johnson said some of the officers violated department policy. O'Neal's family filed a federal civil rights lawsuit on this past Monday. And Opera Administrator Sharon FAIRLEY, she's administrative, I think she's administrative assistant, or I can't, I think so, but yeah, no, I will put that below as well. But yeah, she's like she has a big position within opera. So Sharon Fairley, she released a statement Friday morning, and they had her statement on the news as well. And she was basically assuring justice would be served swiftly, and she was like apologizing to the family and saying that she was hurt by the loss. And also Mary Manuel made a statement too as well, which was also released on the ABC7 website, and he was just saying about how, his condolences, and he was sorry, and this hurts him, hurts the city as well. So, I mean, here we go again. Here we go again. Another case of police misconduct. I mean, in a gross, major way. Like, I've never seen anything like that before in my life. I'm like, that's really crazy. Like, you're shooting at a moving vehicle. This is a moving vehicle. This guy, he's supposedly in a stolen vehicle. So what, though? So what? I mean, even his family lawyer, Michael Oppenheimer, was saying like the penalty for a stolen vehicle, somebody stealing a vehicle, is not their life. It's not death. That's Grand Theft Auto. I mean, that's years in jail, but it's not. It's definitely not life. I mean, who cares? It's definitely not. I'm going to kill you. You stole a vehicle from Bolingbrook. Oh my God, he stole a vehicle. Kill him. Kill him. I mean, it's like it was crazy. I mean, they're shooting at them. I mean, and then it's like basically the shooting happened because the officers felt like they weren't sure. They were never sure whether or not O'Neal shot at them. They were never sure. They felt like, and they also weren't sure whether or not there was more than one person with O'Neal in the car. Because when one of those officers, when they asked their fellow officer, it was they shot at us, right? They shot at, who's they? O'Neal was by himself. Who's they? They kept saying they. He kept saying they shot at us, right? They shot it out, and they were all conferring together. He kept saying they. I'm like, there's one guy, but they kept thinking there were more people. I don't know where. I don't know. Maybe they were seeing ghosts or something. I mean, it's one guy on the ground bleeding. That's you shot. No, you shot him. But what they were hearing was, anytime you shoot a gun and it's multiple people shooting guns at once, you would hear backfiring, or even if it's one person, you hear like the, it's adrenaline rush that's pumping. It's kind of an intense moment. So you're hearing that kind of, the reverberation of the shots being made. That's what they were hearing. They were hearing their partners firing the gun. He never had a gun. Neil was unarmed. He didn't have anything on him. He had no drugs, no gun, whatever. They never found anything on him at all. So, it just was crazy. So you basically shot an unarmed man. You basically chased an unarmed man down and essentially murdered him, is what, the idea of it was, the implication was, and this is what their family lawyer was saying. Michael Oppenheimer was saying that. And I mean, it just was a senseless crime. I think it definitely shouldn't have happened. It didn't have to happen. Even if you felt like, okay, this guy, if you saw he stole a vehicle, we need to stop him. He's getting away because he's driving past us. He almost hit one of the officers. He's driving past us. Anytime somebody's car gets stolen, they're going to report it anyway. So you already got the license plate number, the name, person's name, whatever. You got all the information. If he drove past me, if I was a police officer, and this guy almost knocked me over, knocked my partner over, and got away, I'm like, forget about it. He got away. I'm like, yeah, I called in. Yeah, he just got away. He just sped down the street. He sped down State Avenue. And I tell another officer to try to blockade him or get him. And hopefully if he crashes, try to make it so that he don't hurt himself. And I get him in. And, pull him out the car, whatever. Put your hands up. All right, make sure he don't have nothing. And arrest him right there and there. Grand Theft Auto charges or whatever. And let the courts deal with it. I would not have chased this guy down and tried to, shoot. Well, they didn't even, I think the officer already pulled over. He didn't really chase him down in a car. He chased him down by foot when O'Neal hopped out the car trying to escape the bullets that were being shot at him. But I wouldn't have shot at that guy's car just to stop him because he stole a car supposedly. Like, oh my God. I mean, it was stupid. And what if he didn't know the car was stolen and he was driving? I mean, you don't know what the situation was, and nor did you ask, because you never asked. And that's what I'm getting tired of. It's always, when it comes to black men, black women, we're being crucified, annihilated, persecuted, and no one really cares. Nobody cares to. I mean, and every crime is always similar. It's always shoot first, ask questions never. Questions are never asked, or a question is asked and then a crazy assumption is made and then brutality follows. It's like, I mean, it's a retarded process that happens here, and then people's lives are getting lost here. I mean, there's blood being spared. There's a little too much blood being spared. I mean, it's disgusting. By people who are supposed to protect and serve us? That's a joke. And then you wonder why your relations with the community that you do beats in do not, they're really, there's really no relationship. It's kind of non-existent, right? Because, you do stuff like that, and so the communities are pissed off and they're fed up and they're a little tired of seeing you bully the residents of the community. They're like, I don't know where to trust this person. He's supposed to be here to protect me, but I don't know. He may be the one to kill me. I may need protection from him. So how can I trust somebody to protect me who may hurt me? I may be going in a pine box in a nice casket or whatever, a body bag, because this mother sucker right here, didn't gun me down, because he thought I was somebody, he thought I was doing something, or he decides that he's having a bad day, and he don't like black people today, and he want to use excessive force on me for whatever reason, and it's just like that lady said. I can't remember her name. I don't want to try to do it and butcher her name, but she was in the last case, the last police brutality case. The one right before this one, and she spoke on it, and she said, if you feel like, you have some sort of God complex or, something like that. I mean, if you out here, if you racist or you have some kind of mental problem or whatever, you don't need to be a police officer. And she was telling the truth. And of course, they pulled her, off the force and everything. They got pissed off. But I'm like, she was just telling the truth. You don't really need to be a police officer if that's your type of mentality, and if that's what's in your heart. Your heart is not pure. You don't need to be a police officer. You don't. I don't think you need to be out here enforcing anyone's law, because you're crazy and you're going to take the law into your own hands. You're not. You need Jesus. You need help. I'm like, I don't trust you. I mean, it's too well. That don't make no sense. That young man to be dead. His mother has to bury her child because an overzealous cop, got crazy for a minute and decided that he was gonna murder somebody. And then it's funny because the video, the camera was turned on during the whole incident except for when they shot him. And they're trying to figure out why. They said maybe they don't know whether it fell off, the body camera fell off the officer's body, or it turned off. I think it turned it off. I think he went back there and said, I'm going to kill him, and I don't want anybody to know, so I'm going to turn it off. Because during the incident, you could hear the officers rambling on about, damn, I'm going to be on desk duty for the next 30 days. Oh, man, I'm going to be on desk duty. Damn, they going, constantly going back and forth, and it just don't make no sense. I'm like, you just killed somebody. And all you can think about is yourself. All you can think about is what kind of punishment gonna happen to you. Darn you, what about his mother? What about his sister? What about his family? I mean, you didn't think about this guy who's bleeding out on the ground, but you sit there and talk about you're gonna have to be on desk duty. You're gonna have to do this, that, and third. I'm like, you deserve worse than that, You complaining because you got to sit at a desk for 30 days. My. I feel so sorry for you. My heart bleeds for you. Oh, shut up. You sound like a fool. They sit there trying to figure it out. And they were just trying to, go over it back and forth. And the fact that if you have to turn to your partner after you shoot somebody and say, it was a good shoot, right? It was good, right? I mean, he shot at us, right? If you were not sure, you should have never shot in the first place, dummy. You never shoot when you don't know whether it's going to be good. Now, I understand that that's an adrenaline pumping moment. You don't know what's going to happen. But you have to, and some people don't work well under pressure. I understand that. But you have to know whether or not, the target is shooting at you or not, whether everything is trying to pull out my gun and shoot. Some things is just let me stop, think, and listen. And then if you under the unction of the Holy Spirit, every officer isn't, but if you are, that can save a life. I mean, seriously, and that's just me, because that's who I'm under the unction of. But I'm just saying, I mean, get it together, and of course, I got some verses for you. I got some spiritual knowledge, some spiritual feeding here, because I mean, oh my God, it's just disgusting, you know? Oh Lord. Okay. Proverbs 16, 1 through, what is it, 1 through 9. Okay, the plans of the heart belong to man, but the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. All the ways of a man are pure in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs the spirits. Commit your words to the Lord, and your plans will be established. The Lord has made everything for its purpose, even the wicked for the day of trouble. Everyone who is arrogant in heart is an abomination to the Lord. Be assured he will not go unpunished. Okay? So, hold that in your heart and just know, you know. Yeah, justice will be done, So, Ephesians 6 and 16. In all circumstances, take up the shield of faith, with which you can extinguish all the flaming darts of the evil one. Psalms 27 and 8. You have said, seek my face. My heart says to you, your face, Lord, do I seek. Yeah, always seek the Lord. Even if you are a cop, you happen to be a cop or a firefighter or whatever, you in that kind of situation, you got to know, any kind of person who's like works in a field where you have to deal with people and save people and lives. People's lives in your hands, so handle them with care. 1 Peter 4 and 12. Beloved, do not be surprised at the fiery trial when it comes up on you to test you, as though something strange were happening to you. And finally, Proverbs 3, 5 through 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to him and he will make your path straight. So that's a very important one I want to finish off with today's video, because you got to know, your own logic can be a stronghold. It can cross you up. It will cause you to shoot someone and then turn around and ask your partner, that was a good shoot, right? They shot at us, right? This is when we use our own logic. Your own logic will cause you to chase a unarmed man down to a backyard and kill him, and then never ask any questions, never try to figure out anything. You just watch them. And then, ain't nothing you could do. You just watch them die. And they didn't try to minister to him. They didn't try to aid him, see if he was okay and try to comfort him or whatever. They just felt like, he was just this old black thug and this old black guy who was shot at. You shot at us. How dare you shoot at the police? They were very cocky, arrogant, haughty in spirit, and it just was disgusting. And I don't want to see it anymore. I'm tired of seeing. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of seeing, black innocent men be shot down, black innocent women be shot and gunned down by overzealous police who just have an agenda, and also black people. Let me tell you this. Think about this when you go to, for those of you who are into this lifestyle, when you go to shoot each other, because all you do is make it easier for, white people, other people, cops, whoever else who want to kill you, because they figure, now why in the bleep should I consider your life when you don't consider your own? Nobody else would consider your life important when you don't think your own life is important. And like, now why would I care? You don't care about your own stuff. Y'all gun each other down in the street every week like dogs. I already don't think as much of you, and you clearly don't think much of yourself. So people only think of you what you think of yourself. So when you gun each other down the street, you show them I don't think much of myself. I don't think much of my race. I don't give what about my community. So hello, just think about that next time you pick up a gun or pick up a bat, a knife or something and go at somebody in your own community. Just think about that, and then you be crying out talking about why these cops keep killing us, why they keep doing it, because you keep killing you. You kill you all the time. All you do is make it easier for them to excel in their race, excel in their community or whatever. And they try to lift you up, try to do something for you. No. Why would they? And all you do is killing your people off. You're going to keep your people in second place, which is where they want you anyway, a lot of times. So just think about these things. You have to think before you act. Lean not on your understanding, Acknowledge him in all your ways, and he'll make your path straight. He'll direct your paths. Y'all got to think and stop. And if you know somebody who is doing crimes in your community, stop. I'm tired of this. I don't snitch. Maybe you're saying you become one, because it may keep your kids alive. You know, and make you a bullet up out of your kid. I mean, if you need to, you just gotta open your mouth. You know, say something. Stop. I don't want to get involved. Keep not getting involved, and your community will continue to deteriorate. I'm so tired of it. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of hearing about it every little week. There's something going on. You know, things won't change until you decide you're tired enough. You sick and tired of being sick and tired. You stand up and actually take a stand for something. Stop laying down, taking everything. You take everything like a sponge. You know, I don't want us to be like that. Stop being like that. Stop being a community that you can dump anything off on and y'all just take it and say, oh, good, you know, that's how things are. No, it's not how things are. It's how you let them be. You got a responsibility. Some circumstances you can't, you know, you can't help, but other stuff you can. So do what you can and watch things change, and God will do the rest. Just get yourself in position, you know. Stop looking to blame somebody and get up. Hey, sometimes you gotta blame. Look at yourself in the mirror. Blame yourself. That's the person you blame. The person staring back at you in the mirror. Get it together. That's all I'm saying. I just want to see us flourish. You know, I want to see everybody flourish. I'm just saying, you know. Anyway, I'm done telling you all, and I'm done. I'm done. I hope y'all really enjoyed this video. Please share the video. Yes, a little long, but so what? You know, God had something to say. I had something to say. You know, something needs to be said. So we had to talk it out. You know. So hey, you know, it is what it is. I hope you enjoyed the video. You guys have a blessed Sunday. Please like and share the video. I hope you subscribe if you do enjoy the channel, and I'll be back. All right. Bye.